In just a matter of days, Rick Perry will finish up as the governor of Texas, the longest serving in state history and the only Aggie to ever hold the office. While an A&M building isn't going to be named after him before 2014 is done, he is building a case that he should be the first Aggie commander-in-chief. And his Texas legacy will be a big foundation for how the country views him, either positively or negatively. More on the legacy of the governor in a moment. First, here's part of a recent interview that he did with Dana Bash, looking forward.
You have been spending a lot of time boning up on foreign policy, on economic policy, on every kind of policy that you would imagine. Tell me about that process.
Well, running for the presidency of the United States requires an inordinate amount of preparation. Sitting at the feet of Henry Kissinger and George Shultz, picking their brains about what's going on in the world, that has paid great dividends. If I make the decision to run for the presidency, I will be prepared.
But this is the second largest state in the union, and you have talked about the great strides that you've made with this state. So why isn't that enough experience?
Well, there's a great deal of difference between putting economic policies into a state and being very cognitive and versed in foreign policy, in monetary policy, or domestic policy for that matter.
Last week, Jeb Bush became the first Republican to make official moves towards a 2016 run.
Jeb's a good man. He's a good friend. Great family, good governor of Florida. As a matter of fact, I think Jeb getting into the race will help the field.
How so?
Well, he's been a successful governor, and again, having a person of his background in the race makes a lot of sense.
It is an open secret that Rick Perry and the Bush family have had some tension with George W. Bush, more obviously than his brother. Is that going to play into any potential competition going forward?
This is a great family. You look back at George H.W. Bush, who chose Texas A&M as his site of his library and comes to practically every Aggie football game, and to George living in this state. And they're a great family, and I respect them greatly, always have and always will.
Ross Ramsey is the executive editor of the Texas Tribune. He had a write-up in the last couple of days looking at the Perry legacy. We've got that for you at kbtx.com, courtesy of the Tribune. But Ross joins us now, normally at Texas Tribune World Headquarters. Today, I believe he's at Ross Ramsey World Headquarters in the Austin area.
That's exactly right. How are you?
Good, Ross. Yeah, I like the opening line of the piece. You said, Rick Perry is very good at politics. It does not matter if he made you crazy, if you disagreed with him, if you thought he was the best person ever to serve, whatever. What makes Rick Perry good at politics in your mind?
You know, he adapts very, very quickly. You know, the best example of this, and probably the most famous one, is that he was the guy among all of the establishment politicians in the Republican Party in Texas and everywhere else who sniffed the Tea Party in the air. He got that thing like within days of its formation, and around tax day in 2009. He made a pretty famous speech at the Austin City Hall and made a turn. And Kay Bailey Hutchison found herself in this weird position of running against a guy who had been in office for 25 years and was the anti-establishment candidate. He's got great political skill.
Obviously, business and jobs boomed in Texas since he took over office. What other successes, though, in his time in office in Austin are the ones that he's going to be able to point to the most if this inevitable, or at least what feels like an inevitable, White House run happens?
He's going to be a guy that we talk about for a long time in the way that, you know, people my age remember Bob Bullock. You know, this is the Perry impact on state government is going to last for a long, long time because of the people he's appointed and the time it takes to replace them, because of the people that they've hired who carry Perry's philosophy forward and all the executive agencies and the people that replace them. He's going to have a long, long tail after this 14 years in office as governor.
So the governor obviously is under indictment right now, abuse of power, his threats to pull funding from the Travis County DA after the whole drunk driving episode. Clearly is not letting that stop him from exploring a White House run. Is there anything else, though, in the last time since he ran for president that's going to be pointed at by any opponents if he does run?
Well, maybe not since he ran for president. You heard in that interview that you played that he was talking about how much he's been studying this time. He's working against Rick Perry saying, oops, and people listen to him very carefully. You can't get away with the little kinds of glitches in his speech that the rest of us get away with. It's like a piano recital. Everybody's waiting for the mistake. So he's playing against that. He's trying to convince people that he's serious and that he's for real. and we'll see how it goes.
Do you think he has to run a perfect campaign at that point then, if they're going to point to another oops anytime anything big or little happens?
It's a joke about the grizzly bear, where there's two campers and one of them, the grizzly bear's coming after him, and one of them starts putting on his shoes and the other one says, "What are you doing?" He says, "I got to outrun you. I don't have to outrun the bear." Perry's got to outrun the other candidates here.
It's a state, Texas, with some legendary governors, and knowing its history like you do, does Perry, in your mind, take legendary status? And if so, does he get that just by serving longer than any governor, or what else would bolster that status?
Well, I think the first thing is going to be he served longer than any other governor. The other thing is going to be how long his policies play. If 20 years from now, the historians, at A&M and everywhere else are looking at this and saying, that started with Perry and that started with Perry, then he has an impact. But it's hard to tell in real time.
Ross Ramsey with the Texas Tribune. Again, that piece, that write-up at texastribune.org. We always appreciate the perspective, Ross, and if we don't talk to you before, have a great new year. We'll look forward to talking to you in 2015.
You too, Steve. Thanks.
Thank you.